Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. As you can see from the standings, which are on the screen, the Avengers have been placed in the NL West. They are in first place, but they only have a one-game lead over the LA Dodgers in the West. As you can see, it's late July, almost a little over 2 months left in the baseball season. Let's get this show on the road. So it's 3-game set against Kansas City at Kauffman Stadium. The Avengers lost the first game of the 3-game set 4-3. This is the middle game, looking to tie the series at 1 game apiece. Tom Hiddleston play game. All preceding games will be simulated. Do you want to continue? Okay. There's AAA injury. Keep him active. Terrence Howard, AAA injury. Keep him active. AAA injury, 1 to 2 weeks. Keep him on the injury list. Play full game. We are the away team at Kauffman Stadium. Looks good. Tom Hiddleston or Loki is the pitcher. And Tom Holland is going to have a day off because he looks like he needs a break. Let's see. Let's go Clark Gregg. Mackey. Evans. Robert Downey Jr. Let's see. Let's go there. Chadwick. Okay. Looks good. Let's rock and roll. Let's play this game. Team Doctor has just informed you that Anthony Mackie was injured during his pregame routine. He can still play today, but a minor injury could turn into a bigger problem. So let's replace Anthony Mackie. Let's go. All right, you know what? Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Let's do this. Who can we put in for Mackie? Boseman can play. No. Clark Gregg can obviously play it. Cumberbatch can play second base. Cumberbatch will play second base. Wait a minute. Made a mistake. Hold on. Sorry for the delay. Greg is at third. Cumberbatch is at short. Who are we going to lead off? Who's going to lead off? Don Cheadle's going to lead off. Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo. Chadwick Boseman, Cumberbatch. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Let's play this game. So I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. I like to do play-by-play. So thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe. Avengers, first place. 1-game lead over the Dodgers. So these games are important. So live, we bring you a broadcast of a Major League Baseball as the Hollywood Avengers visit the Kansas City Royals here at Kauffman Stadium. On the mound for the Royals is Miles Mikolas, 6-6, 5.22 earned run average. Leading off for the Avengers, center fielder Don Cheadle, 296, 10 homers, 53 RBIs. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Mikolas. Swings at the first pitch and drives it deep to right, but playable by the right fielder. 1 pitch, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Avengers today: center fielder Don Cheadle, first baseman Robert Downey Jr. Chris Evans is catching. The DH is Mark Ruffalo. Chadwick Boseman's at third. Benedict Cumberbatch is at second. Dave Batista is in right. Sebastian Stan is in left. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, Clark Gregg. Robert Downey Jr., 289 average, 15 homers, steps up to the plate. 1 out here in the top of the first. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Kansas City Royals have a 4 games over 500. They're in second place in the American League Central. Downey fouls it off. 2 quick strikes. Count is 0-2. Outside, count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 75 degrees here in Kansas City. Clear skies, perfect day for baseball. Robert Downey Jr. plays Tony Stark in the MCU. Just gets a piece to stay alive. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Nope.
Pitch is high and tight. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Second game of a 3-game set. Royals won the first game 4-3. Checks it. Full count 3-2. Avengers looking to win today and even the series at 1 game apiece before. And he pulls it foul. Count will remain full. Tony Stark started it all in 2008 with the first Iron Man film. Pitch is low, so it's a 1-out walk for the Avengers. First base runner of the ball game. Next up, batting third, Chris Evans, 324. He carries a 14-game hitting streak into the contest. Another switch hitter in this versatile lineup. Batting from the left side against the righty Mikolas. Fastball just low. Ball 1. Last 8 games, Chris Evans is super hot. 17 for his last 36. It's almost hitting 500 on that stretch. Low, 2 balls and no strikes. And Miles is getting himself into a little spot of trouble with his wildness. Line drive past the diving second baseman and into right field. It is a single. He can do this all day. Single for Chris Evans. Here's the replay. Hard line drive between first and second. 2 on, 1 out. Up steps the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. 343, 23 homers, 88 RBIs. He's the starting catcher for the National League in this year's All-Star game. Ground ball 6, 4, 3. Side is retired. So after half inning of play, no runs, 2 hits. No, check that. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk. 2 left on at the end of a half inning of play. It's the Avengers nothing. The Royals coming to bat. On the mound for the Avengers, Tom Hiddleston's 12-4. ERA is 4.60. And leading off for the Kansas City Royals, Whit Merrifield, 263, 7 homers, 37 RBIs. Here comes the first pitch of the game from Loki. Fouls it off, strike 1. Welcome to Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Breaking ball outside. 2 quick strikes on Merrifield. And he grounds it up the middle. Backhanded by Cumberbatch. Long throw in time. Nice play by Dr. Strange at second. Is 1 out. Starting lineup for the Kansas City Royals, Whit Merrifield's at second, the DH is Adam Frazier, Todd Helton's at first, Juan Soto is at left, Max Kepler's in right, Manny Machado's at third, Adalberto Mondesi is at short, the catcher is Davey Griot, and batting ninth in center field, Michael Taylor. Adam Frazier steps up to the plate, 282, 5 homers, 26 runs batted in, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. That's a deep drive, and he puts him on the board. That's a solo home run for the Kansas City Royals. Frazier's 6th homer of the season, and the Royals take an early 1-0 lead. Ooh. Here's the replay. Bang. Projected 384. That is Gonzo, but you know what? I reserved the Gonzo call for when the Avengers hit a home run. It's just gone when the visiting team or the opposing ball club hits a home run. They do not get the Gonzo. Todd Helton's hitting 304. He steps up to the plate. Pitches inside, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Outlander. That is Tony Stark at first base and Don Cheadle in center field. Yeah, only Avengers get Gonzo. Fouls it off. The count's quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Todd Helton. And inside and low. That was certainly out of here. That's about all he's going to get. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Todd. And that's a line drive the other way. It is a 1-out single for the Kansas City Royals as this half inning continues. Here's the replay, just laces it the other way. Next up, Juan Soto, 280, 23 homers, 64 RBIs. Fastball, strike 1. 1-0 lead for Kansas City here in the... Oh, that's a deep drive to left. Back goes Sebastian Stan. The Winter Soldier makes the catch for the 2nd out. Let's go MCU. Let's go MCU. Let's go. Cha-cha. You know how it is. The Outlander roots, he knows. Next up, Max Kepler. Max is hitting 284. He has 13 homers and 59 runs batted in. Runner leads off first. 2 away here in the bottom of the 1st. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 96 on the radar gun. Strike 1. And he pops it up in foul territory near the seats. He will not make the catch. It's a foul ball. 2 quick strikes on Juan Soto. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on the inside breaking ball, and the side is retired. However, a solo home run from Adam Frazier puts the Royals on the board at the end of 1. It's Kansas City 1, the Avengers 0. Top of the 2nd, up steps Chadwick Boseman, 339, 13 homers, 51 runs batted in. Chadwick plays Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He will be T'Challa forever. Out in front, slider, swing and a miss, strike 1. Unfortunately, in real life, we lost Chadwick Boseman to colon cancer in 2020. May he rest in peace. Fastball from Mikolas outside. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the curveball, 1 and 2. And he pops it up down the right field line, out of play. Count remains 1 and 2. I'm just waiting tonight. I start making your hockey team. NHL 22 comes out tonight. Inside, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Can't wait, and Back for Blood. So it's new blood over on the Outlander Show's YouTube channel. That's a line drive to center. It is a leadoff single for T'Challa. Big turn at first, and he will hold. So the Avengers have a base runner here in the top of the 2nd. No, big for those of you that like live streams. If you happen to see this tonight, up next is Benedict Cumberbatch, who's hot in his last 5 games, 339 RBIs, no homers. Check out the Outlander Show. Check out their YouTube channel. Got some new blood tonight. Back for Blood. Pitch out, nothing doing. He's not going. And NHL 22. Those of you that are ice hockey fans, check that stream out. And it is a 6-4-3 double play. Just like that, there are 2 away and bases are empty. So 2 innings in a row, the Avengers hit into a 6-4-3 double play to extinguish whatever kind of rally they look to accomplish. Next up, Dave Batista, 322, 12 homers, 56 RBIs. He has a 15-game hitting streak on the line. Here comes a pitch from Miles. Tried to pull an inside breaking ball, missed it. Count as 0-1. And he pops it up. It is dunks in foul territory. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Batista. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Checks the swing, balls in the dirt. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Drax the Destroyer. Checks the swing. Curveball's in the dirt. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. 1-0 Kansas City here in the top of the second. Here comes the pitch. Inside, full count, 3-2. On deck is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. Here comes the pitch. That's a deep line drive to right, but right there is the right fielder to retire the side. So 1.5 innings gone by here at Kaufman Stadium. The Royals lead 1-0. So we go to the bottom of the second. Manny Machado, the third baseman, steps up. He's hitting .255, 12 homers, 49 RBIs. Loki deals. Looked outside, called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. And he drives it foul up the first base line. 2 quick strikes on Machado. And he pops it up. Shallow left field. Racing in is the Winter Soldier. Stan makes the catch, and there is 1 away. Adalberto Mondesi steps up to the plate. .240, 6 homers, 33 RBIs. Here comes the pitch from Hiddleston. That's a drive towards the right center field gap. Racing over is Don Cheadle. He will make the catch for the second out. Covered a lot of territory to run that ball down in the gap. And there are 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the second. Next up, Davey Griot. .236, 12 homers, 48 runs batted in. 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the second. Pitch is in there at the knees for strike 1. Curveball, strike 2. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Griot. Pops it upstairs behind home plate, and we will do it again. The count will remain 0-2. Swing and a miss at the inside fastball. Struck him out, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Hiddleston. At the end of 2, it's a 1-0 lead for Kansas City. So we go to the top of the third, and Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter, is in the dugout with her report, but we cannot hear her. So we're going to have to cut away, get someone to check that microphone. In the meantime, Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, is hitting .282, 7 homers, 27 RBIs. He's playing left field today. Steps up to the plate here in the top of the third inning. And he pops it up. Shallow right center field. Outfielder makes the catch for the first out. So Clark Gregg, who hit a home run in yesterday's game, steps up to the plate. He's hitting .236, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. He's a backup player, giving a day off today to Tom Holland. And that's a bloop, which looks like it might dunk in there, but no. Center fielder races in there to make the catch for the second out. 2 quick outs here in the third.
Number 10.
Lineup turns over. Leadoff man today, Don Cheadle, flew out in the first. He is 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch. And that's a ground ball up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Mondesi throws to first. In time, quick 1-2-3 inning for Mikolas. And after 2.5, Kansas City Royals continue to lead 1-0. So we go to the bottom of the third. Stepping up to the plate for the Royals is Michael Taylor, hitting a .150, 1 RBI. Obviously, he is a recent call-up from the minor leagues or an injury replacement. And he hits a deep drive towards left center field gap. And no one's going to get that one. That's 1 hop to the wall. He's going to make the turn at second and go all the way to third. That's some aggressive base running. They took him for granted. That's a leadoff triple for Michael Taylor. Obviously his first triple of the season. Sebastian Stan throwing it back into the infield, missed the cutoff man, and Taylor went from second to third. So lineup turns over for the Royals. Whit Merrifield grounded out in his first at-bat. Steps up there with a runner at third and nobody out. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. Whit Merrifield, I think in real life, actually plays for the Kansas City Royals. He's a current modern-day player on the Royals roster. So, and that is a line drive base hit. It is an RBI single for Merrifield here in the bottom of the third, and the Kansas City Royals now lead 2-0. Here's the replay. Doink. Between short and third. In case you're wondering, options, gameplay, the hitting difficulty is set to All-Star, and the pitching difficulty is set to All-Star, just in case. Next up for the Royals, Adam Frazier, who hit a solo homer in his first at-bat. Fouls off the fastball, 97 on the radar gun, strike one. Runner leads off first. That's Merrifield. Here comes the pitch. Fouls off the low fastball. 2 quick strikes on Frazier. Jams him with the breaking ball inside. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. That's a drive towards the left center field gap. Racing over is Sebastian Stan. Makes the catch for the first down. Nice play by the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. Next up, Todd Helton, who singled in his first at-bat. He is 1 for 1. Checks the swing, fastball in there, strike one. Todd Helton played a majority of his Hall of Fame career with the Colorado Rockies. 2-seam fastball low, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. I think he was a borderline Hall of Famer, but in there, strike 2, count as 1 and 2. But Todd Helton was voted in, so nothing for me to say. He is a Hall of Famer. Fouls it off, count remains 1 and 2. And that's a deep drive to center. Racing over is Don Cheadle. He is there to make the catch, 2 away. Two down, up steps Juan Soto, who flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. He's going, throw down a second is not in time. It is a 2-out steal for Whit Merrifield. Here's the replay. Stole it on the pitcher. No chance for the catcher to throw him out. So runner in scoring position for Soto. Count is 0-1. Slider low. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Kansas City have already pushed a run across this inning. Slider in there. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. A single could make this a 3-run lead for the Royals. Let's see what happens. Fouls off the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's another deep drive towards the left center field gap. Racing over is Don Cheadle. He will make the catch, covering a lot of real estate to retire the side. But they, again, do score a run on the triple and then the single by Whit Merrifield. The end of 3, it's Kansas City leading 2-0. We go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Robert Downey Jr. Walked in his first at-bat, if I'm not mistaken. Fastball outside, ball 1. Slider, 2 balls and no strikes. Nowhere near the strike zone. And that's a line drive, base hit to right. Leadoff single for RDJ. Next up, Chris Evans, the first Avenger, had his hit in his first at-bat. Outside, ball 1. And that's a line drive to center that will dunk in there for a single. Runners will be at first and second and nobody out as the Avengers are now threatening here in the top of the fourth. Here's the replay.
Number 84.
Just lines it to center. So next up, the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, leads the ball club in homers and RBIs. Grounded out in the first. He has 2 runners on and nobody out. 2-0 lead for Kansas City. High, ball 1. Mark's hitting .342 with runners in scoring position, which mirrors his regular season average. And he skies it to right. Could be playable in foul territory, makes the catch. Tagging at second and going to third is RDJ. So we're productive out. There'll be runners at first and third with 1 away here in the top of the fourth. Tom Hiddleston and Miles McCullough in the pitch speed comparison brought to you by the Outlander Show. Tom's leading 98-97, but he's losing 2-0, so he's winning the wrong contest. Next up, Chadwick Boseman singled in the second. He's 1 for 1. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Can Black Panther get that runner home from third base? Let's see. Swing and a miss over the top of the slider, strike 1. Chadwick's hitting .307 with runners in scoring position. .307 is a good batting average with risk, but... And that looks like it may hang up there. Caught. Nice shoestring catch. He's going to tag and come home. The throw to second is not in time. So, it is an RBI sacrifice fly. And gets the run home, makes it 2-1 Kansas City. But then the runner at first moves to second on the throwing error by Juan Soto in left field. So runner in scoring position with 2 down for Dr. Stephen Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch was 0 for 1. Grounder to third. Machado throws to first. And the side is retired. But they do get on the board on the sac fly. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's Kansas City 2, the Hollywood Avengers 1. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Stepping to the plate for Kansas City is Max Kepler, who struck out in his first at-bat. That's a deep drive. Deep but foul. Strike 1. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Kepler. So this is game number 105 out of 162 game season. Grounder up the middle, fielded by Clark Gregg, throws to first, in time, 1 away. 105 out of 162 plus. So we are we're basically in the second third of the season. Next up, Manny Machado flew out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch. Skies it to right. There is Dave Batista. Makes the catch, 2 away. Alberto Mondesi flew out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. He's 0 for 4 in this series. Here comes the pitch from Loki. Low and inside, ball 1. KC leads 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. That's a deep drive. That ball is gone. That's a solo home run from Adalberto Mondesi, his 7th of the season, a solo shot. And the Avengers now trail 3-1. Drax the Destroyer in right field didn't even bother to move. He just watched it go. Here's the replay. Crushed it. Pulled it down the right field line. High and very deep. Look at the right fielder. He doesn't even move. He just turns around and watches it fly. So 3-1 Kansas City. Next up is Griot, who struck out in the second. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, foul, strike 1. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So the Avengers have lost 2 straight. They lose today and they'll have lost 3 straight. little mini losing streak for the team. A little late on the fastball, fouls it off. Count on Davey Griot remains no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Hiddleston. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, struck him out swinging. But a solo home run from Adalberto Mondesi gives the Kansas City Royals a 2-run lead. At the end of 4, it's 3-1 Kansas City Royals. Let's go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Drax the Destroyer. Dave Batista is 0 for 1. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Strike 1. Breaking ball inside. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball to the first baseman. Scooped by Todd Helton. Takes it to the bag himself for the first out.
Now batting, number 16.
Next up, Sebastian Stan. Bucky Barnes flew out in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1. Checks his swing. Fastball's outside, ball 1. Low. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. 3-1 lead for Kansas City here in the 5th. And he scoops the low pitch. Deep but playable. The right fielder makes the catch for the 2nd out. 2 down, up steps Clark Gregg. Flew out in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1. And it is a line drive to center. Playable. Taylor makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Miles Mikolas. After 4.5, it's 3-1 Kansas City. So, Michael Taylor hit a triple in his first at bat. He's hitting 4 for 21 on the season. 4 for 21. It's a 190 average. Line drive, foul ball, strike 1. Pulls the 2-seam fastball down the left field line. 2 quick strikes on Michael Taylor. Here comes the pitch from Tom Hiddleston. Fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. Just gets a piece to stay alive. And we'll line him up again. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Inside corners, called strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Loki. And there's 1 away. Next up, Whit Merrifield, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Steps up to the plate for his 3rd plate appearance. And that's a line drive. And did he make the catch? I think he did. I think he made the shoestring catch. It's 2 away. Nice play by check that, Dave Batista. They should have gave us a replay on that. So 2 outs, bases empty. Adam Frazier steps up. He had a solo homer in his first at-bat. He is 1 for 2. Ground ball through the right side, past the diving attempt by Cumberbatch. It is a 2-out single for Adam Frazier. I think he was a little too aggressive on that. I don't know if they're going to show us a replay. Here's the swing. Well, they didn't show us the play in the field. In any event, Todd Helton is 1 for 2 with a single. He is a runner at first and 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Fastball in there, strike 1. Todd Helton has a career .316 average over 17 seasons, Major League seasons. And that's a line drive. It's another hit the other way for Todd Helton. Todd's 2 for 3. And Hiddleston is not sharp today. Here's the replay. Just slaps it the other way to left field. Over the head of the 3rd baseman, Black Panther. So next up is Juan Soto. I think we need to go to the manager, the bullpen. We need to warm up Sam Jackson and warm up Paul Rudd. And let's send the pitching coach out to the mound to talk strategy. Juan Soto is up. He has runners at first and second with 2 away. He's 0 for 2. Here comes the pitch. Strike 1.
0-1. Nope. Ball
Change up low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Juan has 23 homers on the season. Fouls it off down the left field line. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Tom Hiddleston is 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. Ground ball backhanded by T'Challa. He throws to first in time. Side is retired. So they do give up another run. It's an official ball game at the end of 5 innings of play. It's the Royals 3, the Avengers 1. So top of the 6th, Don Cheadle's 0 for 2, steps up to the plate. Miles is still out there, pitching a good game.
Number 10.
And that's a deep drive, but I think it's playable. Yes, it is. Deep drive to right, in front of the warning track, makes the catch 1 away. Thought he might have had a chance, but kind of hung up there. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. He singled, scored a run, walked. He's 1 for 1 officially. Sliders outside, ball 1. And that's a deep drive towards left, but playable for Juan Soto. Makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th. Team ERA leaders entering play. In the American League, the Kansas City Royals lead the American League with a 4.32 team ERA. So they get the job done on the mound. Next up, Chris Evans, 2 for 2, 2 singles. 3-1 Kansas City here in the 6th. 2 outs, bases empty. Here comes the pitch. And he pulls it, but again, playable for the right fielder. 1-2-3 inning for Miles Mikolas. 5.5 complete. 3-1 Royals. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Up steps Max Kepler, who's 0 for 2 today. Here comes the pitch. Pulls it into the seats, foul ball. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, out of play. The count falls quickly to no balls and 2 strikes on Kepler. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 5 for Tom Hiddleston. Here's the replay. Here's the location. Was it a strike? I don't know what he was looking for. That's right down the middle. Next up, Manny Machado, 0 for 2. Swing and a miss at the fastball, 96 on the radar gun. That's strike 1. Out in front of the slider, strike 2. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. Manny Machado. Strikeout number 6 for Hiddleston. It's out in front of the breaking ball. So 2 down, bases empty. Up steps Mondesi. Mondesi had a solo homer in his last at-bat. He is 1 for 2. And that's a deep drive to center, but playable for Don Cheadle. War Machine retires the side. 1-2-3 inning for Loki. However, at the end of 6, the Avengers are trailing 3-1. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 7th. Up steps Mark Ruffalo, who is 0 for 2 in this ball game. 1 for 6 in the series. That one hit was a homer in yesterday's game. Game they lost 4-3. Checks the swing, pitches outside, ball 1. Ground ball to the third baseman. Machado throws to first in time, 1 away. And the Hulk is 0 for 3.
Number 20.
Next up, Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick has an RBI single today. He's responsible for the only run on the board, as Kansas City leads 3-1. A little late on the fastball, fouls it off strike. 1 out, top of the 7th. 2-run lead for the Kansas City Royals. High and inside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Chadwick has 13 homers on the season. High 2-1. They do need a base runner, a bloop and a blast, as they say, in order to tie this ball game. Inside, hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck is the Sorcerer Supreme, Benedict Cumberbatch. And he skies it to right center field. Racing over is Taylor to make the catch for the 2nd out. Just hung up there. Good defense. Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch, who's 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. Hitting from the left side. 2 outs, bases empty. High ball 1. And he pulls it, foul. Take me out to the ball game. Oh, I'm a little early. That's an out away. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Cumberbatch. Outside, 2-1. A little late on the fastball, lines it to left. Soto retires the side. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. It's a 3-1 lead for Kansas City here at Kauffman Stadium. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Davey Griot, who's 0 for 2, steps up to the plate. It's a 2-run lead for the Kansas City Royals. Fastball high, ball 1. Hiddleston has pitched a decent game. He's, had some wildness early. Fouls off the slider. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. First hint of trouble, and he'll come out of the ball game. Looked like a ball, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you can see the look on Davey's face. He does not agree with that call. Deep, but foul. Count remains 1-2. And he jams him a little bit, lines it to left. Bucky Barnes makes the catch 1 away. Next up, Michael Taylor, 4 for 22 on the season. He's 1 for 2 today, but that one was a leadoff triple, which he ended up eventually scoring. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So he has been productive today at the plate. Tries to bunt his way on, off the mound, throws to first. Not in time. It's a bunt base hit for Taylor. He has been a thorn in their side today. Triple, now a bunt base hit gets him on. He has speed. 1 for 3 for Whitford Merrifield, an RBI single today. Fouls it off, strike 1. So, bottom of the 7th, 1 away, runner at first, 2-run lead for the Royals. Grounder 5, 4, 3, scooped out of the dirt by Tony Stark to retire the side. Round the horn double play, it is Chadwick over to Benedict Cumberbatch, and then in the dirt, scooped nicely by We Love You 3000, Tony Stark. So we're going to go to the top of the 8th. 3-1 lead for Kansas City. Dave Batista steps up to the plate. They need a base runner. Fouls it upstairs. Strike 1. Goes out of his zone, fouls off the curveball. 2 quick strikes on Batista. He needs to show a little bit more discipline with the plate. Grounder pulls it over to Machado, throws to first, 1 away. Just rolled it over down to the third baseman. Pitching starter comparison. Both pitchers pitched well, but as you can see, Miles Mikolas won that contest easily. Next up, Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, 0 for 2. Fastball low, ball 1. Attendance here at Kaufman Stadium, 34,000 plus. Late on the fastball, 96 on the radar gun. Count to Stan is 1-1. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance, and it is a foul ball. Count is 1-2. Hooked it down the left field line. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Skies it to shallow center field. Taylor is there. And there are 2 outs. Next up, Clark Gregg, 0 for 2, 2 flyouts.
Nope, that's a ball.
Checks the swing, pitches low, ball 1.
No strike.
Swinging a high pitch inside. Strike 1, count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Misses the slider, 1-2. Hits it past the pitcher. Tough play for Mondesi. Scoops it out. Side retired. So 7.5. Royals maintain their 3-1 advantage. This is Avengers baseball. Leading off for the Royals here in the bottom of the 8th, Adam Frazier is 2 for 3. He has a homer and a single. Here comes a pitch from Loki. Pulls it to right. Deep but playable. Batista makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, Todd Helton, 2 for 3, 2 singles. Strike 1. The Avengers will have the top of the lineup coming up here in the top of the 9th. They need 2 runs to tie at this point. Count is 0-2 on Todd Helton. Here comes the pitch. Out in front, swinging and a miss. Struck him out, and there's 2 away. Hiddleston's 7th strikeout, so he's had the strikeout pitch working, but fortunately the long ball is a victim of the long ball. Juan Soto's up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. He's 0 for 3. That's a line drive. Racing in is the Winter Soldier to retire the side. So we go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Hollywood Avengers. Then they score 2 runs to tie this game. It's 3-1 Kansas City. Let's do this. Leading off, first of all, the closer for the Kansas City Royals, Steve Chisek, steps up. He's 2-1. He has 17 saves. His ERA is 2.60. He will face, to lead off here at the top of the 9th, Don Cheadle, who's 0 for 3 today. Let's see what happens. They need 2 runs to tie. Sinking fastball is outside, ball 1. We are in the 9th. 3-1 lead for Kansas City. And he lines it the other way, and it will... Nice catch! What a gorgeous catch by Juan Soto for the first out here in the 9th. Timed it, slid, got his uniform dirty, and that's the first out here in the 9th for the Kansas City Royals. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. 1 for 2. He singled, he walked, he scored a run. He needs to get on base in order for them to have a chance to tie this ball game. Outside, ball 1. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Tony Stark. He is Iron Man. Over the top of the sinking fastball, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on RDJ. Swing and a miss. He gets him on the slider inside. There's 2 away. And the Avengers are down to their final out of the game. Miles Mikolas, 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, No strikeouts, but he certainly did the job. He's in line for the win. One more out for the Kansas City Royals, and he becomes the winning pitcher. Next up, Chris Evans, 2 for 3 today. He represents the final out of the game. And he grounds it. Hiddleton, Todd Helton over to Mikolas, over to Chisek to retire the side. Ball game over. KC wins 3-1. So they've taken the first 2 games of this 3-game set at home. The Avengers lose 3 straight, possibly for the first time this season. They're now 68-37, if I'm not mistaken, and they run the risk of falling into second place in the National League West. Winning pitcher, obviously, Miles Mikolas. Let's go to the scorecard. Miles Mikolas gets the win. Tom Hiddleston gets the loss. He's now 12-5. Steve Chisek gets the save number 18. The Kansas City Royals, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Hollywood Avengers, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. So, this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball, game number 105 of 162. Unfortunately, it was a loss. I wish it could have been a better outcome. But sometimes when you play a full season, you don't skip innings, and you don't simulate games. Sometimes you lose. And this is just, now a 3-game losing streak. I think I'm going to start worrying now. So the only way that the Royals will have the brooms out tomorrow in tomorrow's game, trying to get for a 3-game sweep, and the Avengers will try to win the getaway game. So the final again here for Avengers Baseball, Kansas City Royals win 3-1. You guys are awesome, especially the Outlander Show. Have a great night, guys.